In this small video, we focus on a specific example, and then we will conclude for today's lecture. In example 10.5, we're going to apply what we just studied. In principle, we want to first, we have raw data, right? And then the first step is to process, to list all the distinct numbers. Of course, we will do the counting for each one. And then we will do two things. One is D, it's called DI. And the other one would be XI or UI, right? So DI, we will have either 0 or greater than 0. DI equals 0 means this particular patient received the surgery after the start of the study, right? Greater than 0 means begin ahead of the study. X means we know exactly the survival time. U means it's right-censored. We know this patient survived more than this time. So that is a quick overview. So let's have data, and we will do the analysis. Here is the data. So now we have information for 10 patients. So here are the 10 patients labeled from 1 to 10. Then this column is the time individual I first observed. Okay, this means observed in week 2, so 2 weeks after the start of the study. But sometimes, we have 0, means this patient is actually this patient received his or her surgery before the start of the study. That's why we have this column. So it's either this is 0 or the next one is 0. So one of them will be 0. So it's either or. So the first patient received the operation 2 weeks before the start of this study and died 7 weeks after the study of after the beginning of the study. So that's why it's marked as D. D stands for death. So by the end, this patient passed away. But also, some patients survived. Those 5 patients survived by the end of the study. We only studied for 12 weeks, right? So at the end of 12 week 12, some patients actually survived. So let's draw a quick timeline. 0 marks the beginning of the study. 12 marks the end of the study. Okay, the first patient received the surgery at time -2, so 2 weeks ahead of the starting time. Passed away somewhere down here. So this is the trajectory for the first patient. Okay, well, passed away, so we know X1 is 9. Right, so the first patient survived 9 weeks after his or her surgery. Next, we can study the patient too, but this something similar, except it's further out, week 4 before 0, passed away somewhere down here, 4. So for the second patient, the survival time is 8 weeks, okay? And we have patient 3. Patient 3 received the surgery at week 2, passed away 9. So this is patient 3. X3 is 7, okay? We also have some patients survived. So let's do a survival case. Who's the first survival? Patient 5, right? So it's 5. Let's use a different color. So here, let's say this is a 5. Right, so we don't know, but we know this is a patient 5. So it should be U equals 5. So this is actually means greater than 5, right? But we just put 5, meaning it's actually beyond 5. Okay, you can obviously do the rest, right? So once you do this for each patient, we will get the to the next slide is to study D, R, X, and U, right? So I is still the label of the patient. The first patient, for instance, D is 2 because this patient uh, actually received the surgery 2 weeks before 0, right? Before the start of this study. So we use a positive number to denote. But as I already mentioned, a positive D means this patient received the surgery uh, D weeks before the start of our study. Okay, so those guys actually received the before those 4. Okay, 0 means after time 0, after week 0. Okay, X is the amount of survival weeks. So how many weeks the patient survived after the surgery. U means more than this, right? So it's greater than. So for instance, the patient number 5 survived more than 7 weeks. Number 7 survived more than 14 weeks. Number 8 survived more than 18 weeks. So here we only have greater than or equal to for these guys, right? Not exactly equal. For this, we have equal. Okay, those are the meanings. So now we can do some kind of reconstruction based on the values of those, right? We can do a quick construction, or this is called reconstruction. So if you want, you can redo somehow the same thing for this particular case. I think I will probably leave the rest to the next video because it concerns with the computation of R. R is the confusing part, which we will deal with. So let me end here for this particular video, and we will pick up the remaining part in the next short video.